Well, good morning and welcome to the National Real Estate Post here once again with our dear friend Barry Habib out in New Jersey. How are you, Barry?
I'm doing great.
Okay, before we get started, a little housekeeping. Just remember, guys, Remin is offering these free realtor flyers, and we've been stating this for several weeks now, and thousands of people have ran over there and gotten these flyers going. So these are free flyers. They're branded to you. You can go in, pick what you want, print them out, and take them into real estate offices. This is if you're a loan officer, take them into real estate offices. You got something to hand out. Always good to get out into the field and get belly to belly with these real estate agents. I used to do it all the time, didn't you, Barry?
I did. Why did I do that?
Lots.
Believe it or not, when I started in the business, Frank, I used to actually knock on people's doors and ask them if they wanted to refinance. I had no idea what I was doing.
Well,
my third week in the business, I wrote 16 loans. God's honest truth.
There you go. It's amazing what actually speaking to human beings will do for your business. When I first got into business in 1987, January of 87, the only way we got business was to go out and actually go into the real estate agents' offices. That was it. That was what we did, and I don't know. I think it's a good thing to do, and these Remin flyers will help you guys out. Click the Remin flyer banner over on your right to get that started. Now, let's move into...
It's a good idea, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Let's move into some business here real fast. First of all, last time we had you on, we were talking about some things, and I was like, hey, based on everything you're saying, since it's there was job report, something was coming out the next day. I can't remember what it was. You probably do, but I was like, should we lock? I mean, just to protect ourselves. And you said, no, man, I think we should float this one and just see what happens. And sure enough, you nailed it. Again, you nailed it. And rates improved. I got lots of feedback actually saying, damn, Barry nailed it again. You know what I mean? So, again, guys, it pays to pay attention to Barry here and what he's got to say. And with that in mind, let's move ahead. And I started this conversation because I saw this article that came out in Inman. Garrett, why don't you go ahead and put the picture of the article in there? And this gentleman says, hey, look for 2 quarter-point rate hikes for the rest of the year, and then next year a full 1% rate hike in 2017. That's being pretty bold, isn't it, to make those types of calls this early in the year, Barry? What's your thoughts?
Well, yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for the kind words. And we don't always get it right for sure, but it's nice when you do. And with regards to trying to forecast the Fed, it's a tough job. I think to say, hey, the Fed's definitely going to hike twice, it gets a little hard for the Fed because of Janet Yellen. She's crazy dovish. I mean, she really is. She's got a little mutiny on her hands. There's 4 Fed members out of the 19 members that have kind of riled up against her a little bit. Now, remember, only 10 of them vote, and only one of these members that are kind of against her is a voting member.
Okay.
So Janet Yellen's got the hammer. I mean, she really is in control. She does not want to hike rates. And predominantly, she doesn't want to see a stronger dollar that will really slow down the economy. The economy's kind of fragile. And when we take a look at all of the things that are out there, I think that it's going to be difficult at all for the Fed to hike rates. Now, it may happen in June, but you listen to her and she's like, well, maybe we get to 2% inflation by 2018. I mean, look, that's just BS. I mean, she can't really believe that, okay? She's just jawboning the markets. There's no way she could believe that. And if we get a little closer through the summer, then you have an election around the corner, and then does the Fed want to be viewed as influencing the economy just before an election? They may sit on their hands. So I think it's hard for the Fed to hike. In fact, you know what? Here's a crazy thought. The next move by the Fed, potentially, a little bit of a long shot here, it could be to lower rates.
Wow.
Because I think the economy is a little vulnerable, and I think that the stock market's a little pricey. Now, I know, look, fair's fair here. Last time I thought the stock market was vulnerable, I was wrong. The stock market's gone higher, right?
Yeah.
So I was wrong on that one, but I still feel that the stock market is vulnerable here. And I think that earnings season's a week away, and S&P's had declining earnings the last 7 quarters. I don't think that earnings are going to be that strong. And if they're not, stocks start to wane a little bit here. Bond market gets on a roll. I still feel that interest rates are going lower. I know they've gone, 10 years like a 2%. Now it's like a 177 when we last talked. I think we get lower on the 10-year, maybe towards 150.
Wow. So, more potential refi opportunity possibly coming up here in the near future then.
I think you should be thinking about your business getting ready for another refi wave. I think it's very possible that could happen. And by the way, I'm still loving the purchase market. I've been loving it the last 4.5 years. I know the media gets out there, and any little thing, they love to kind of poo-poo the housing market, but it's just not true, man. The housing market, the reason why you see fewer sales is because there's less homes on the market, but the demand is still strong.
Right.
And when you have fewer homes, just the loss of supply and demand, fewer supply, a lot of demand, you're going to have prices go up, and rents are going up by 4% per year.
Right.
And look, of course, regional, local housing, we know that. So some areas are going to respond differently.
Right.
But overall, the housing market's really good. Now, they say this other thing about incomes not keeping up. Incomes don't have to keep up exactly, because if you take a look at your monthly income, typically only 20% of that pays for principal and interest.
Right.
So if principal and interest goes up 5%, your monthly income only needs to go up 1% to keep you in balance.
Right.
So it doesn't have to keep up. There's a lot of good things in housing.
Okay, great. So how about this? Just going into the next week or so, what are some things that are popping up that you're keeping your eye on that we might want to keep our eye on with respect to rates? What's coming up?
So right now we have a very quiet week this week, other than the Fed minutes on Wednesday, tomorrow. So you'll see that tomorrow afternoon. And typically speaking, that can influence the direction of interest rates quite greatly. It's the week after. Earnings starts, we'll watch the stock market's reaction, so that's going to be big. Then you're going to get housing data and inflation data.
Okay.
All of those things will be very influential for the markets. And listen, we can come back, we can talk about that whenever you'd like, and kind of get a recap on that and see where we're going there. But those things are going to be influential. Now, the things that we look at, of course, are the technical indicators of the market. We look at our charts, and they really are accurate, especially when you don't have news. And those technical indicators tell me there's a lot of room to the downside for rates.
Okay.
So I think that rates could go lower. I think that we could see bond prices improve. You'll see better rate sheets, better opportunities, more refinances, and better qualifying for purchases. So this could be a good time. No, not everybody's right. We know that there is. I love the little dance. Yes, sir. Walk like an Egyptian, baby. So I think that we potentially could see some really good times here in the mortgage business.
Well, that's awesome, and I really appreciate that. This is the National Real Estate Post.
We love it. We love it.
Barry, thanks for all your insights. That's great. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll circle back around with you maybe in a couple of weeks. Oh, God, you stink.
Okay, now I'm just jealous.
You stink like yesterday's whiskey, okay?
I'm just jealous with all the love that's going on there.
We'll give you some, Barry. Mwah. All right. All right. Thank you for joining us. You guys have a fantastic day. Take this stuff to heart. We'll circle back around with Barry in a couple of weeks to see how it all fared out. What we have to look forward to going down the road. So what's up?
You bet. And hey, listen, jump on MBS Highway. It's so worth
Highway.
it. It's so inexpensive. It's so worth it. We give you so much stuff to make
really
you
do.
Better.
You really do. It's an awesome product, and I know everybody who's in it absolutely loves it. There's a link somewhere where you're watching us, either on Facebook or on the website itself. Somewhere there's a link to get the 14-day trial. 14-day trial. All right. Thank you, Barry. And you guys comment, forward, and share. We'll catch everybody later here at the National Real Estate Post. See you, bud.
All right. Everybody have a great day.